Ravens not too far behind them. 4-2 record overall chance. Can't complain.
Very solid in Hacienda's map that plays out for like teamwork being ever important. Certain things on certain hills just have to be done. So if you have a single teammate that's sort of off their game, it'll cost you. But both these teams, when they're on form, they're absolutely on point. And the winner of this series guaranteed to get winner's bracket come major time. Of course, if they lose, there's still potential depending on the 5th match. But hey, a win in your guaranteed.
Yeah, absolutely. And right now, again, for the boys of Surge, they play C9 on the 19th, so it could be potentially a very tough one. So all you want to do, folks, is keep on winning. And right now, the team who is winning is, of course, the Ravens. They have the hard point. And right now, they've got a couple of kills, trying to maintain that foothold across the middle of the map and not let any of those Surge players sneak on through to the other side. And that's what TJ is trying to do, and it is not going to happen. Nasty finds an avenue. A good defense there from the Ravens. P2 looks secure.
Yeah, let me find out the pistol's the best gun in the game if you just hit your shots. I feel like if Gwyn just sniped them and see the Strider pop it up at the kill feed, gonna be surprising to me. But Gwyn takes down Neptune. That means at least the spawn's nice and secure for the Ravens. And I mean, that's great news because they win the P2 rotation and they have a small little lead going into new time. So an opportunity to soar away.
Literally, folks. They're doing it just now. Gwyn, nice 2. Is Never Nasty get right into that one and they get nibbled on. The 3rd is not going to be there. 04 finds a winner to get towards the backside, and that's where Slasher is next. Shots are in, keeps that part of the map safe and sound. Here come the next 3 members of Surge through lobby. Oh, and it's an old muzzle punch, but it doesn't work out. Neptune finds it. Now to the side door. We're inside of the point. On the Vivid, broken in half. Gwyn's up next under the coverage of Slasher, as this play is not quite over yet. But the Ravens are down and Surge are in.
Yeah, Surge are flooding this time as well, and they honestly don't even need to. They just won all the gunfights. Nasty from in time, 3, make it 4 spree, and now they're going for the spawn kills. So instead of a trade fest over on P2 or a rotation where Ravens end up being dominant, Surge bailed themselves out with the pressure in the gunny. And now on a rotation, it's really just Gwyn that's in between them to break this one down. But if not for the hero play, Surge should be the first on time.
Possibility for Gwyn to get something done. He's the man behind enemy lines in office right now, and okay, now he's a red dot on that mini-map. Nasty with a long line of sight here. Should have coverage on anyone hitting towards the back line. 1 tag in there from TJ might be enough to make these fights a little bit easier. But bad news, folks, 3 of them down. So the Ravens back to the drawing board, and with Slasher gone from office, that is a good chunk of time to Surge.
Absolutely, and Vancouver are always very structurally sound. They're nearly always watching the pinches and picking up on everything, as Neptune is on a 4 spree, picking up top dark, and even though Surge lost the time for just a moment, O-Forge is using the opportunity to heal back up, reposition, and maybe just bait for your teammates. Can't quite seal the deal just yet. A final fight for the 10 seconds, and Abuza is gonna get it. And these battles, honestly, could go a long way. But when you're fighting for scrap, you gotta be worried about the rotation to new. And by the looks of it, Carolina should be out on top of it. Neptune going crazy. He's in between the entire team, and he took 2 to the grave with them. Ravens, though, still get the initial time.
He really is crazy, man. Well, great stuff out of the Ravens to get that time. Nasty making sure that all of his boys are able to get to the point without any tags here, so he's got a lot of space to work with. On the time, there's the contest. You check your corners, you clear him out, and he's unfortunately able to catch up the next few players. 04 as well. So Gwyn and Slasher win their fights here on Rock. TJ finds the last man and a second or 2 to breathe. Here comes the next hit. Tej once again, guns at the ready, nades in the right place as well, and he's trying to shoot through those paper-thin walls, quite literally, as they try to pull back the lead. Ravens, great stuff.
Yeah, and you see TJ shooting the trophy as well. Honestly, on this hill, the trophy typically ends up MVP the second the trophy is out of the mix. You see how much it backs down guys like Slasher. You saw the nade kills coming through there for Carolina. And all things considered, I mean, this is a fantastic P4. Ravens went into the hill down by about 30, and instead they walk away with a 10-point lead. So back and forth battle so far, but the money hills have been the key.
Yeah, one good money heal certainly changes everything. But a nice first set between 2 teams very adept at hardpoint. So far, another good P1 here out of the Carolina Royal Ravens. No one here from Surge able to make too much happen. Tej, look at this hop. That is going to be 3, nearly 4 down. Beautiful stuff. Ravens will push P1 further here.
And he'll get the time too. I mean, listen, he's already got the Hellstorm just because he was the Super Soaker on P4. So TJ might have had a bit of a slow start to the game, but now he is just comfortable on cruise control. His teammates have the hallways, and he knows exactly what he needs to pick up. Might have just been a one and done, trying to stay alive, and Abuza drops him. You're looking for the trades at a time. Slasher there to give you that one. and Ravens able to flood. Slasher there to give you 2, and they might not have the right side spawns, but they went into a P1 up by 10 points. They walk away with it up by 40. So back-to-back kills were Ravens completely on point. Surge are looking to punch him back on this P2.
I mean, the money hill we were thinking of was not P1, so good stuff, Ravens. That might be a major turning point here in the map. Now, a great attack towards the backside of the map. Spawns are up now for Surge. Here comes a square up. 4v4 over towards time. They are committing to the hill. They're not going for the back spawns. So fighting from the front. What a shot from TJ. Third man on the outside. There's Neptune waiting for the chow. His teammates are on time, and what a great break from the Ravens.
This is gorgeous. They seized the moment. They attacked, and TJ was flying. They basically made it so they isolated both Abuza in 04, I think it was, on time, and they just took a 4 versus 2, and Surge were way too late on the jump. Might be able to retake and get the final 20, but you were wanting that money hill if you're the Surge, and the fact that there is any degree of break for the Ravens, I mean, you're happy for it to walk away, and frankly, now they're just being annoying. They're putting so much pressure on this old time, and that's just going to make their rotation free and clear, but Ravens have done enough. No money hill at all, and looks like Carolina nice and flowy.
Hey, flowy indeed. Luscious locks across these hard points with a solid lead. Let's go for a listen in.
I need him out of fence. And
Top bar.
two out of fence on me.
I'm looking around. Could be you. I'm locking the back. Enter dead.
Nice.
I'm just staying pushed out, bro.
Yeah. I'm trying myself out.
I'm hard blocking. I'm pushed all the way out.
I'm pretty mid. I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you cross.
One shot back.
One's out of fence, guys. And one cross.
He's going deep back 10.
It's your fence.
You. Top one shot.
I gotta get 10. Out of me.
They're gonna spawn in the back. They're spawning in the back. Going out.
I'm going to 10. Upstairs, Abuza, one shot. One shot. No, 10 already. 10 already. Upstairs. He's weak 10. Weak 10.
I have the map. Enter on you. Popping.
No one for machine. Okay.
Nice one.
I'm jumping dark.
Top left.
Top close. He's on there.
Take your time. Go.
No, I've been here. Let's up here.
I'm gonna go deep. I'm gonna go.
No, two open. Two open. One was on me already.
I'm gonna go deep as fuck. You guys should go together.
I spawned in P2. I'm
top flat on me. Nep. Let's do then. Top flat. One shot.
Open. Two open. Yo, 3 in time. All 3 in time.
Alright,
Anything with mid.
Hold on. I have mid, bro. They're gonna chop me out probably. Wait, one spawn bar side.
Yeah, one shot. On the rock far dead. Rock 4. Inside open.
Open. Two. One. Both side open. Hit both of them. Should be spawning. One might spawn well. Careful. One might spawn well.
Open. Both of them. Nobody will.
Good job. Nobody will. Block. I'm challenged. You guys gotta get mid. I'm challenged. One's going mid. 100%.
Superb listening with the Ravens there. Great streaks. Slasher on a 5. It's all going right.
I mean, this is a sort of like perfectly calculated Hacienda game. The Hellstorm to break down a hill was gotten off the hill time. I mean, Slasher has an extra one in the back pocket, but it was literally just a money P4 hill where Carolina got that utility, and they just had these little moments. The P2 break when they needed it. They seized that little 4v2 opportunity, and little things obviously go a long way. It is a 100-point lead right now for Ravens. Vancouver Surge, they gotta find a way to try to fight back and maybe just get any momentum for a map too. So we'll see how they can handle the deficit.
Well, it's a big old deficit right now, but an immaculate P1. Nasty the man on time, gone. TJ with the breaks, and now you're in. TJ on time. Shots in from Neptune. He gets away with his life, and no one on the time for now. So you've got yourself a few more moments to set up for the new hardpoint. Bad news, Ravens have spawned over there. Good news, you got P1, but can you find anything on the approach towards new? Because this is it. Do or die, Surge in map 1.
And you don't really have much time to take your time for these gunfights. Nasty, though, slides in. See if he kicks off a series of trades rolling through, but I think TJ picking up the 2-piece crushes all of your hope and momentum. And now it's going to be this much more difficult. You don't have time to waste. You're going to have to fly fast as hell to try to break this time.
Yeah, top spawns there from the guys of the Ravens. They're in time. 04 still trying to make something through the side door now to Abuza. Now he can't get it done. The backline wide open. Neptune slides in. Can't get any more kills out of it. Now 2 players on time. Here we go. Final 10. Surge trying to make the break through the back, and they're going to get it. Bad news. Here comes a Hellstorm.
Well, I mean, it's on an indoor hill. He does get one, but now he's just not really in the mix to go and get the break. So, you know, the Hellstorm's on P2. Giveth, and they take it away, but now Gwyneth making his Paltrow approach over towards the new time. And Ravens, they simply have the numbers. They simply have the trades. Now they just need the game.
And it's game, folks, right there. Slasher puts a stamp on it, 30 and 20. Massive work out of the Ravens. The first set was close. Number 2, absolutely not. Carolina Royal Ravens take map 1.
Yeah, I feel like the Slasher Hellstorm calling it in. That's just to let them know that you have it. Just say, hey guys, just so you know, I'm an old man. Got this against you. I ripped Neptune when he was top plat. I had a lot going on.
A lot going on is something there, folks. Still, you isolate the players. You get to know where absolutely everyone is. You call them all out in lobby. Your teammates find kills all over the place, and eventually you do get the break. But man, the small things went a long way there for the Ravens on Hacienda. Fantastic start to their campaign here against Vancouver Surge. We stay on Hacienda for map number 2. There's a quick look across the stats. The non-tradeds from Slasher, 21. Absolutely beautiful stuff, and great hill time across the board as well.
Yeah, the P4, especially from TJ, was where he was able to get the Hellstorm. It's where he went on a 5 spree, and the Hellstorm obviously massively impactful for breaking that, secondary P4 rolling through. But I'd say that was one of the higher impact moments of the game. But first set of rotations, very back and forth battle, maybe a 10-point gap between the two. It was on this P1 where the Ravens actually found the extra edge to build a lead. And that's just a moment where Surge have to respond on a P2, have to get a good hold, and Ravens just found the moment, flooded straight through, simply overwhelmed them. And I think TJ, we saw the route he took through the well, doesn't play for the back spawns, almost ignores those players. He got a couple tags in and just dipped straight into Zig. And I think Vancouver Surge is paying almost a little too structurally sound and sort of not reading the pressure of the moment. They were playing the long game when they did not have time on their side. So Raven just 2-3 good moments at this level in a hard point, you'll set yourself apart.
Interesting stuff. Wicked work there from the Carolina boys. GG's in the chat. Slasher still doing it, baby, in 2025. Still doing it well. There's a happy look there across the Ravens. Gwyn, a lot of criticism for Gwyn when it comes to whether it's Arrow on the minimap, what kind of kills he's getting, but I think that was a good example chance of solid stuff, trying to fill the gaps where they can, and it absolutely helped out. P3 to P1 there for Surge, 2 measly seconds gained. Wow, what a great hard point out of Carolina.
Yeah, that's a stomping, and being a weak team on P1 is a bit of an interesting thing, or maybe being a strong team would be the better phrasing. P1 is very difficult to really set yourself apart, so to end up coming away with that type of advantage, a wonderful thing for the Flock, and that is just kicking their series off right. We've seen them a few times. They occasionally start slow, lose a map 1, but Ravens, very consistent, very professional, always able to bounce back. If you give them an advantage, they go into an S&D. I mean, this is as comfortable as this team is ever going to feel. They love a map 2 with a 1-0 lead.
They sure do, brother. They sure do. We'll see if they can go the distance, because I would quite like to watch both of these teams play a dealership S&D. Wouldn't that be crazy, Chance? Absolutely wild. Let's have a look at their road to the major, though, mate, real quick, because I think, again, we touched upon this a little bit with the Surge guys at the start. They're playing C9 on the 19th. Thieves, that's who Carolina are playing, and they've had a fair share of ups and downs. Of course, FaZe give them the L, and right now we're dealing with Surge, but teams that are quote-unquote below them in the standings are getting taken to task. Surge is a brilliant case here to see how well they can play up against them, see if they can net those extra 10, and again, looking for that winner's bracket here at the major. How are you feeling about it, mate?
Well, I would just say, considering that LAT are on a 13 win spree online, Ravens might not be excited about that one. So this is sort of like your neck and neck battle. Both of these teams at each tournament have been floating in the top 4. Surge obviously eclipsing them with the 2nd place. So Surge may be looking like the stronger team, but this is who you want to beat if you want one of the best seeds going into the major. It's obviously a ferocious opponent they have to deal with after the fact, but it's just about establishing dominance, which Gwen, online, to no one's surprise, has done so. A 1.4 KD in S&D, and this is with a handful of maps to back it up. His opening duel win percentage, fantastic. And I think, it's an isolated stage, but if you're getting more than a kill per round in S&D, you're amongst the best in the world. I think the season stats by the end of the year, the highest output of any player in S&D will give you a 0.92 kills per round. So to be above 1 is nuts.
That's very impressive indeed, folks. Who's going to get a kill this round? We're going to the B-bomb site. 04 is the only man there. 04 was the only man there. Now there is nobody there, except for Neptune, who immediately flies forward, and he's getting that.
Day one.
Tippity toes of Gwyn, the day ones. It works out still. 3v3.
I think we've made it to a point in the day where on Hacienda, people just forget how long their legs actually stick out while planting the bomb. So it's costed a few players, and now Ravens are going to have to sort of reposition, but it is a scattered mini-map. A boost is going to fall. Reaction time from Neptune to get the trades in a 2v2. Ravens have no intel on Nasty, and Vivid is desperate for some help.
Hey, dying for some help. And he might just die for that help. Nasty gets it. Neptune now still in a battle. You've isolated Slash. You know where he's going to be. Here comes Nasty on the reposition. But Slasher, oh my word, has he cut this play right down the middle with a bomb in his backpack? Yes, right on the rock, and you might have an opportunity to plant this, but like awkward chips in the night, son of a... That's right, there's two of them there. Vancouver Surge. 2 sweet kills to start things off from Neptune. Helps net the round.
And considering 04 got blooded in the first 10 seconds of the round, the fact that you bail yourself out that quickly, Surge going to be happy to take that one away, and sort of just better calls and better positioning. Nasty was the floater, the mystery man on the map, and he ends up getting involved for 2, so ends up in the perfect position for the team. Constantly battling the sunlight in and out of game, you know, you'll do what you can. They're just trying to get back in a series. Some players perform with the lights in their eyes.
Yeah. Some do not. But that's fine. Shades indoors, folks. It's so cool. Especially if you really need it. Fountain eats a frag. Gets blown up. Doesn't deal with anyone. But Slash's first blood certainly helps. The bomb has been discarded for now by the Surge boys. No fault. Lovely discipline. On to the second as well. Can he get Teej? He's feeling it. He's not feeling like Teej, who just gets away with his life. Now Nasty 1v2.
Yeah, what a nutty round. Slasher for the first blood and an extra follow-up after the fact. We'll see what Nasty can cook up. I was looking at the clutch percentage stats amongst a few of the AR players that are often last alive, and Nasty doesn't have a ton of them. An opportunity here to make an impact.
He might get gifted a little bit of intel. Oh my god! Go for the reach out! Slasher there for it. Lovely work from the Ravens. I can't say I hated Nasty's chances there. He's frustrated with that loss, but a 1v2. He came very close to making that a 1v none.
Oh, good shots, but not good enough. Slasher for the old 3K there in that round. Gave you the first blood. Had a nice follow-up after the mid-round adjustments rolled through, and in spite of 04 making a fantastic play, they quell the pressure. And I love how speedy TJ is in game. Gets that trade, gets out the well before he can get traded, and make sure you stay alive. It's like a figure skater, TJ.
Not just that, but also how quickly he regroups with his teammates to make sure that any sort of trade scenario, he's there for it. What a teammate. On board now with our eligible bachelor who does not have the bomb. That's going to be Vivid. Backing him up over by P2. But Gwyn heckles her up, mate. He knows something's coming his way.
Wow.
And something wicked was on its way, but he's dealt with that. On the other side of the map, Slasher, the island man, has been eliminated. So it's all down to the boys on the B-bomb site.
Well, we're playing the game. Do you think Vancouver checks all these corners?
Check that. Nasty. He's down. Over to Neptune. He's down. Last man left alive, a Boozer. A 1v3. Teej. Wow. They'll wind up. Let me hit the slide. Lovely pirouette to finish there. I don't know any figure skating techniques, otherwise I would absolutely call that one out. But Jeej. Teej.
Let's see this triple axle.
Nice.
Not just a side slide. Either way, though, great positioning. I think Slasher was getting really aggressive on the opposite side of the mat, but there was so much pressure on that side. He's able to call out, hey, there's 3. Let's just go this direction. And with the lack of pressure about TJ and Vivid, knowing that it's safe to push out this direction, a big gunfight win there from Vivid to sort of set themselves apart, and TJ just prowling in that corner in prime territory to make the play. So that's a classic Ravens round. Spread the map, play for picks, and 04 and Neptune sort of just run straight into it. Just as we're running straight into each other in this round, Gwyn for the first blood, Gwyn for the first 2. In 04, in his scuba gear and everything, dead in red. Carolina beat them down.
I mean, the slightest little smirk from Gwyn. We're like, yeah, I picked up a big 2. And Slasher is like, hold on, boys. I got it. The perfect read. You got the numbers on every position possible. Slash is like, what are we not watching? Water. Great reads, fantastic round out of the Ravens. And that was a fast one, mate.
Yeah, I mean, listen, you got to drink more water or you might die. But in game, sometimes it'll just cost you. It's the worst feeling in the world when you're that guy in the pool and you realize you can't help with any type of trade. The second Gwyn gets the first two, you just know that's going to be the round.
Hey, yeah, this is another fast one. Hey, and Gwyn's, I'm good, bro. I'm out. He doesn't want to be in the receiving end of what they just dished out to Surge in the previous. So now a little bit more love towards the B-bomb site, but much slower. Nasty with the coverage upstairs. This is going to be very handy indeed. An extremely common spot up here. Doesn't make it any less effective. Here they come. Damage in a 1, 2. Oh, everyone's hurt. Here come the send in for the trade. The kill team has arrived. It does look like Slasher's going to get away with his life. Gwyn is red on the pinch. Run, Austin. Run. Around the Surge.
That's an elite play call as well. I mean, Nasty got all the space in the world. I think Gwyn spotted out 3 different players like in the round, but Raven still not effectively making the play call. And I think Nasty's probably screaming in the com, 4 here, they're all one shot. Teammates get active, and of course, that's just a setup for the trades. Abuza making the read on the pinch rolling through and having the timing work out to catch him as he mantles. That's the perfection. So instincts there from Abuza on point. A necessity for them to win that round.
Keeping it close, keeping it competitive indeed. Abuza's 1 kill so far on the map has been a handy one indeed. So the 3-1 split once again for the Ravens. This time though, Vivid the Island Man. So an entirely different look, but an entirely flip-flop setup right now as we go inverse. Neptune, the farm man, out of the play right now for the Vancouver Surge, and a rapid attack here from the Carolina Royal Ravens. They're in position to potentially stop this a second too late, but you get the kill regardless. Here we go.
Keep in mind right now, Neptune is completely out of the picture, so massive responsibility for Abuza and Nasty, and Neptune will remain out of the picture.
Yeah, Slasher wrote the book on the island play. You read that one a mile away. And now to Abuza. Lovely shots. Second man not enough there. Over to Nasty, and Nasty has been gunned. Ravens, what a wonderful retake that was.
Yeah, and they go back to the 3 hit the B bomb site and just take control of Rock. They won the square up last go around. Vancouver Surge wanted nothing to do with it. But then if you dominate the Rock call, that just gives you the access points to the top hallways. You make the read on Neptune, going for the late pinch, and everything after that is perfect. Just swarming around that bomb site, in the post plant. Gwyn, I think, is up to maybe 3 first bloods in this game as well, so he has been on form.
First bloods, not always. I mean, in the last 2 days of play here in the COD League, we've seen first bloods not necessarily be a deciding factor in who wins the round outright, but make the most of it. Continue to keep these stats on edge, eh, folks? Tej is in, and he's going to be a sneaky beaver on his approach towards the backside of office. This is already rather devastating, folks. Stun check. Ain't no way he gets the second man as well. Gwyn finds a kill on the back end, and now Abuza's alone. What a round from the Ravens.
Yeah, TJ just said Neptune who? Never heard of him. Don't know. Not familiar with his game. We get to test Abuza's game. Abuza, one of the more clutch players in the league. A 1v3, though, is a very tall task, but that is a beautiful start. Gwyn, challenge that range is a decision.
And look how smooth and very basic this gameplay is. He's checking every possible angle. There's nothing terribly flashy about it, but it is clean. Tej. Uh-oh.
Oh, yeah.
Damn, son. I mean, we're doing everything seemingly right, except for finishing the kill on a TJ. What a 1v1 that man has. And now map point for the Ravens here in Surge.
That's a moment where Abuza is a little too smart for his own good. Ready for the instant rechow, but unfortunate for him, TJ just out here giving hands to everybody. Freebie kill on Nasty, shooting in the back, and then just, I mean, this is just a snap. A great reaction time, rather. Neptune wishes he could get that one back.
Yeah, on the Neptune as well is the other key moment there. Again, that's a Jackal on Jackal fight, and TJ, he had the crushing power there. Absolutely locked. Those jaws did not miss. Force spree for Tej going into this potentially final round for the Ravens, and nobody home at the B bomb site, so Surge have got a plant here.
I would trust TJ with the one ring to rule them all, for sure.
That might have been a stick. It was. Nasty gets rid of Slasher in explosive fashion. Oh, wow. Oh, okie dokie, Abuza. A nice 3 kills for him on the round. As the Belgian baddie absolutely runs the well side of the map.
It's a perfect round as well. We're talking about the simplicity in his gameplay. Well, I mean, a 2-piece doesn't get easier than that, and the first blood, I think, was in a pretty similar capacity. So Abuza, who has the most fun name in the league to say, started off 1-5. Well, he's had a very nice comeback. Now it's 7-7. So it's a first half of the map, second half of the map kind of player. And right now he's looking to finish. Still trying to crawl out of a very deep hole, though. Ravens have been on point in the attacking rounds and going back to the same setup. I think this might be for Vivid to make contact and maybe back down and see if you can bait in a pinch. But Surge not going this direction. But this is the exact same setup from Ravens we saw a few rounds before. And it was Gwyn that found the first blood on Surge that overcommitted.
And again, a slow and steady approach now towards the B-bomb site. Are we going to check this out? All right, here we go. First contact made. Slash is going to get away with his life. He's tagged up, though. Vivid finds himself too. That's going to be a free bomb plant if they want it. But right now, such an awkward situation to be in for Surge.
Standoff battle at the top of the minimap. Yeah, TJ just wins it. The mystery man behind enemy lines. This has been a dominant Hacienda, but with shots like that, maybe Neptune can bail you out.
Yeah, now you get an aims to play with as well. Reposition right now for the Ravens. This 2v1 is very doable. Vivid goes back to Boathouse, a spot we've not seen in a while. Neptune has got to peel him. Here comes TJ. Shoulders from top office. Nearly impossible to deal with. Vivid covers his close angle. The shots were superb, but the setup was even sweeter. The Ravens take the search and destroy as well and go 2-0 up in the series.
I'd be all about their business as well. This feels almost like a speed run. Confident gameplay. Every single tool in the arsenal for the Carolina Royal Ravens getting utilized to perfection. Gwyn gave you maybe 3 first bloods in that round. The one time in that final one where he gets traded out, well, Vivid's there to pick up 2. And I think really just handling Vancouver Surge's game to a T. I mean, Neptune completely quelled Abuza, not able to get the clutches. And I mean, as far as it goes for a Hacienda, you really could not ask for anything more on the Hardpoint or the S&D. There you go. That is 6 first bloods for the Ravens and 6 round wins. As clean as you ask for it, as clean as you get.
It was very clean. It was 99.99% of germs gone, ladies and gents. 251.76, 6-3. Carolina. I don't think we're getting a dealership by the state of things. Protocol could well be the last map in the series. So we go into the half, a 2-0 lead there for the Carolina boys. Very surprising. I mean, not terribly surprising when how smooth and efficient the gameplay is. And speaking of smooth, Maven, take it away.
Oh, we're talking about my head? It is smooth.
Yes. Yep.
Very smooth. I shipped it yesterday.
Your voice is great, too. Lots
Thank
of
you.
honey. Let's take a look at what we just witnessed, because I felt this confident at halftime just 1 match ago. Will we see another reverse sweep, or are Carolina able to seal the deal?
That's what Dave just called for.
I think we might. But, I mean, this gets flipped on its head because the map won, right? Royal Ravens come in, they win the map pick for Surge, so that kind of shifts things. Yeah, I'm not surprised with the map, too, but the map 1 win was impressive.
Yes.
But still, we go to a control where the most lopsided thing here is probably favoring Surge in the control. It's all going to come down to that Skyline map 4. I think it's going to go 5, Chris. I really do. But focus on what Carolina's been doing right. I mean, it has been so impressive. TJ has been phenomenal. We know this can be like team fundamentals, and when Gwyn is really in his bag, how insane he can be. But it's also Surge has just been kind of
Flat.
yeah, kind of a little flat. It's the same way I kind of feel about FaZe right now. Honestly, the 2 teams that were just in the final like haven't really been that impressive.
Yeah, this has been really flat from the side of Vancouver Surge. We've had a couple of moments, I feel like, from Neptune, but I didn't see a whole lot from 04 in map number 1. I didn't see a whole lot of Buza and Nasty in that map number 2. So it just feels like a flat Vancouver Surge right now.
I feel like every like stage qualifiers had a theme. Like, well, for me, okay. When I think of like the stage 1 qualifier, it was map 5s. We had 1 billion map 5s. So I think of stage 2, it was like
all 3-0s.
3-0s, right? This one's sort of been like the upsets now. Like, okay, this wouldn't be as big of an upset. We've had a lot of upsets, I feel like. So why not another one? Even though this isn't a big one, like just maybe that's going to be the theme. And it is a lot of like that whole everyone's fighting for the top 8, the bubble teams, improving, all the team change, or maybe the team change is going to be the thing. I don't know, but
we gave Maven a sock puppet, but we gave Allie an iPad. Let's take a look at some drawing.
What?
Do you think I count as an iPad, baby? I think I was like just before it. Unimportant.
What does it do if I hit my finger?
Nothing. It does nothing. All right, so we're gonna actually do a search and strike clip this time, and this is a little bit of a double whammy. This is an example of a team being all on the same page, and second, this is what veteran split decision making does to our reaction time. So let's go right into the mini map, and I'll explain the situation. This is round 3, fairly early, but this is kind of turns this map on its head. So Carolina's doing kind of a 2-1-1 split right now, and their idea is number 6 and number 8. They have been sitting here for the first like 20 seconds of this round, and the idea is that either 5 or 7 are going to find a pick of somebody trying to get behind and hit the flank, or make noise over towards the A side to relieve this pressure and make them force over to A to allow a free bomb plant over to the top side of the map. Now it plays out perfectly on the side of Carolina, so we'll get out of the mini map. And we're gonna hit play on this, and Gwen's going to get the first blood, which then immediately tells the 2 players on the top side, we can fly to this B site. Now this is where the split decision playmaking coming in, because you pause, TJ, he's watching this front side. Vivid is kind of alone in this situation because he's this lone bomb planner, and nobody is watching this mid hallway door. So obviously, should any of the Neptune players, any of the Surge players decide to hit this side door, that is a free kill on the Vivid in this bomb plant. But that doesn't happen because in the split decision making and the veteran that is Vivid, he's gonna go for this bomb plant. Now number 4, that's gonna be Neptune. He flies side door. He should get this free kill. But something, Spidey senses a leg, something gets caught. Vivid hops off of this plant and forces the chase. And now in this time period, he's then able to succumb to his teammate TJ, who turns for this pressure. Neptune has no idea that they are there. And not only that, he wins an insane gunfight down low that I'm sorry, I should have came out of the mini-map. So
nah, look at it from the mini-map.
It was an unreal round from the side of Carolina Royal Ravens.
I was distracted because I think you meant to keep saying split second decision making, but you kept saying split decision making, and I was picturing someone's brain like splitting in 2.
Which do I do?
I mean, technically that's what it is.
It works.
He could have just committed to the bomb plant,
okay,
or he could have popped off.
I thought you were trying to say like, split second decision making, but splits. I was like picturing like 2 brains, and they were like battling for which brain was going to win.
Yeah.
I knew what you were saying.
Can you do that one more time, Maven? Can someone draw a red nose on him?
Dude, I still have my pizza. I still have my frozen pizza burned, dude.
He's a chef, ladies. He is a chef and single. Let's take a look here at what we have moving forward. We've got Major 4 in Texas. Bring them out to meet Maven live. DreamHack.com/Dallas/CDL. We'll be there at the end of May 23rd to 25th.
What was that
it's
show?
Gonna be a blast. DreamHack, always a fun time.
What was the show Zinni did? 1 versus 40.
20 versus 1?
20 versus 1 about me and 20 single moms?
Oh, hell yeah.
Why do they got to be single, Clint? Let's go over to Miles and Chance.
What do you mean by that? Wait a minute.
They don't have to be single in my eyes.
Get them out of
They do
there.
have to be single.
Get us out of here. Get us out of here. Get them out of here. Get that box out of here. Let's get it back into the game, folks. Protocol control. Although Clint versus 20 single mums would be something. Okay, Chance, how are we feeling about this one?
I just feel like just because there's a goalie doesn't mean you can't score. Just because the Ravens are up 2-0 doesn't mean Surge can't make this comeback. Of course, Control, not the place Carolina want to be, because that is a lot of last places. And like, it's not just the fact that they're last place. The stats are like, I don't want to get fired. Not good.
They're the deadbeat dads.
Not good. They're really bad. Yes, absolutely.
In a world where we're pining for single mothers for Maven, these are the deadbeat dads of the controller. But I'm telling you, look how hydrated Teej is. Size of that thing. Good God Almighty. I'm gonna get that man a sponsorship. It's not been great against Minnesota. It was who, but everyone else has been absolutely spitting on them. They did win against Vegas, but let's be real. Okay, folks, here we go. Chance to stay alive for Vancouver Surge, and you could not have been given a better opportunity. Will you take it, though? That is the question. Skyline Hardpoint off this, and of course, if we can get to the dealership, but I just can't see it happening. Unless Vancouver Surge can do the unthinkable and the full reverse sweep against a tremendous opponent. Here we go into control.
Really just soaking in the water, the rain, the ambiance of the map. A lot more space on it than you would initially be prepared for, and I think all the space is everything that Carolina ever wanted. They just got all 3 kills, now have 3 bodies on the B zone. It'll take 15 seconds to capture it.
15 and counting. Halfway through, 04's getting a move on. Nasty and Neptune from spawn, a booster from top. Let's get it going, boys. You got to get 1 wave of kills, and that is nearly... What a save. Outrageous. Vancouver Surge, congratulations. You've saved the zone for now. And Slasher's going to keep you on your toes as you're most likely going towards A. That's right, another 3-man stack. Good goodness, chance. Good God Almighty, dare I say it, Carolina Royal Ravens completely aware of how to capture these zones.
Yeah, you stand on it. Objective masterminds right now. They're on point. Slasher, by the way, 7-0. Low-key Slasher recently. He's been one of the best respawn players in the game, which I don't know what year it is. I mean, I do. I don't like it. I don't like the present. It's weird times, but I'm very happy for Slasher.
Oh, dude, 2 minutes of rock and roll, 24 lives. Carolina Royal Ravens, statistically the worst team when it comes to control, are looking so goddamn good right now. Wow, Vivid,
Shots.
Keep it going. Well, last two members of Surge, they're going to try to take what they can across the map, find a corner, hopefully catch a Ravens player on the fly towards that B zone, because right now, the gameplay is great. Lovely awareness on Abuza as well.
I think that was the advice from Brian Saint for the attacking rounds where they're 0 for 6 with a 0.75 KD. It's just, hey, just stand on the point. Just stand on it together. It'll put the pressure on the other team. They'll have to run at you. Vivid, by the way, continues to be a presence on the map. Picked up 2 before he falls. And now all a Surge turtled up around the zone. This is not an ideal setup on defense. This is, I mean, you might get broken.
Yeah, you get 3 down here or 4 down, the round is over. So good luck, lads. You're hoping for something to go your way. Uh-oh, bad start to proceedings. 0-4 from upstairs. Oh, he's been picked out. A little bit too much thigh showing there, you dirty girl. Slasher gets it.
Yo.
Nasty, what a 2-piece. That has saved the moment for now. But 12-9, a minute to go. It's not over yet.
And now they at least had distance on the map. The setup before is basically if that one wave doesn't convert, they lose the round. But Nasty holds strong. And now guys with, you know, presence on the map, Nasty behind enemy lines, 0-4 behind enemy lines. It's going to be a lot mixier to actually convert. Slasher applying the pressure, but Neptune can't believe he only has 3 kills with a shot like that.
Yeah, but the POV's that good. I mean, come on. 0-4 to spawn. You might have turned it all around, lads. You've managed to hold back the Ravens as best you can. We're not out of the woods yet, though. 6-8. Ravens still leading. 5-7. 30 seconds on the clock, though. We've got to get going.
He's still playing hide and seek, by the way. He has not moved from that ledge. Meanwhile, Nasty making moves and reads around the map, and all of a sudden a 5v5. Okay, maybe the advice to stand on the point wasn't good enough. We forgot step number 1 of ways to get there. And TJ, I think the headset on Nasty just works out too well. They're going to choke this.
Yeah, this is absolutely chokeable. No one's close. Can't even get on it. No one's close. Hit the ladder. 0.9. Dead. Done. What a comeback. Vancouver Surge. That was a 2-minute defensive round. Such an early capture. And you think of how close it came to being over the B zone. They had to win 1 set of gunfights. They did. And they turned that into a wonderful cascade. Excellent work defensively there by Vancouver.
Yeah, and a 10-kill round from Nasty and a very deserved best play. And technically, this wasn't even his best play. It was when he got the 2-piece on the point after his teammates had fallen. And I don't... Did they just put him next to the window? Because no one else... Like, Neptune's getting a little bit of the glare, but it's like Nasty's playing directly into the sun, and everybody else is just fine.
This is a Ray question. This is absolutely a Ray question. He'll answer it. You know what he's like. 3-1 split here for the boys of Vancouver on the attack. Again, in Carolina Royal Ravens, wonderful looks we're seeing on that attacking round. Unable to close out, but what I saw, I liked. I like the defense of Surge even more, and 0-4, all the right places. Neptune, likewise. Nasty continues to be a pain in the ass.
Yeah, I mean, my personal theory is if Neptune, the previous round, is 3-9 or 3-10, wherever he was, and you still lose that round, when he gets going, it is going to be a massive problem. So double capture for Surge coming through on the A zone. Neptune's still behind enemy lines, and that third tick about to fall. They're going to have to fly out to try to make this happen, but Neptune's going to start shooting players in the back. Or Abuza's just going to get it uncontested for Carolina Ravens. Nobody even home.
Well, good news, they are at least home over towards B. Tej was in the middle of the boat there, trying to take gunfights against 2 players making their way out of spawn, and he gets taken care of. So now, Nep, a little unfortunate, bangs his head on the windowsill there, and with that, he will be dead. Now over to Slasher in spawn. 12-8, he's looking good statistically, but you got to get out of spawn. You got to go over towards that B zone, lads.
Vaguely turtle setup for Carolina as well. Neptune at least gets traded out. Vivid trying to lock down low. So he's got the computers, and okay, Slasher wins the gunfight over towards P1. So on the defensive end, you get a nice spread across the map. Try to funnel in these Surge players to the right side or down low, but Vivid overwhelmed. The trades are only rolling through from up top, and I mean, Gwyn, one gunfight to win because he's got 2 players in front of him. Needs to get at least one of these.
Well, Vivid's helping out as well. Straight off for spawn, trying to make amends for the life he lost earlier. Gwyn, good shots. Vivid for the trade.
That's fine.
Not there yet. Nice awareness though on the next player. So it's not really the trade. You've still got a player there on B, and now the capture starts.
Oh yeah, Neptune, or sorry, not Neptune. Vivid decides to kill the wrong guy. Lets 04 run away, and now you just get the pressure on the zone. So interesting decision. Still got an extra kill, but now there's an extra tick of progress rolling through. And now they're winning the gunfights, and 04 making it look easy. Does get traded out, but Neptune, keep in mind, was 3-10 before the round started. He's loving him some offense.
You were not wrong, mate. Oh my word, you were not wrong. Neptune vacates the point, trying to provide some offensive defense. And now we got it going. Second segment, long gone. The Ravens starting to get plucked from the sky. Just over a minute to play here. Gwyn with a big one. The bailout you certainly needed. Drains the segment as well. 50 seconds to go.
And I think maybe a moment where Neptune could just focus on the zone a little bit more. Again, standing on it together. The power of friendship in control games.
Absolutely. Well, not over yet. A couple more kills and you fight your way forward, but these are 5 lives remaining here. And 04 trying to play this as sneaky as he can, and he's done it. You sneaky devil. Will you check the inside of tower? My ass you do. No lives left, Vancouver. No lives left for Ravens.
Yeah, 4v4. Round of S&D, 27 seconds.
First blood Slasher. 20 seconds. 20 seconds. 3 down. Lost man 04. Goodness. The Ravens. They pull it out. And they stay alive on their defensive round, but whew, what a battle that was.
Yeah, so I was just laughing because Abuza, when he lost that gunfight, the way he reacted, he might hate Canada more than he hates pancakes.
Oh.
A Belgian tank or waffle?
Yep, a deep cut for the for those who don't know, but a good one.
That's the extent of my cultural knowledge about it.
That was heat. Fire, mate. Well played. Absolute fire. Well played, Ravens as well. Couple of lives separate them, and a stressful round of Control comes to a close. Well, it's already one of the best Control games they've played in the last 5 matches, having got a round win at the very least. So keep this up, lads. You never know. A dub may be on the cards. This is for the 3-0 as well for the Ravens. They would want that. A lot of love towards A defensively here from the Surge boys. We're all over top mid.
That's a Jackal. That's crazy. I mean, that's how I know Neptune and 04 just build different. Square up in gunfights like that with the old SMG. They'll make it happen. And Carolina Ravens are thoroughly tucked into the depths of their spawn. I mean, they got the SAM site spawn rolling through. That is unideal.
Yeah, that's bad news. It does tell you where these players are going to be, but at the same time, you got to do something about that. See you, Siege. 04 locking down low. Well done. We've got a little bit of space to play with here, but Nep from spawn causing issues, breaking legs. Players there on A zone. Reinforcements are there, though, for the Ravens to get out of this one. Try to keep this capture going. And if not for Gwyn being that front line, there'd be more members of Surge here on top mid as well. Oh, no.
This might just be playground time, though. Neptune behind enemy lines. He's got 2, now make it 3 players in spawn. He just gets to toy with.
Yep. Oh, and they're going to challenge one by one. Please, no. Please, no. Oh, they're going to slide over towards Heli. What a move. Is anyone reading that? Yes, finally. Slasher gets eyes on. Final 15 seconds here. Surge are about to take the lead. Can the Ravens get anywhere near this one? Their first attacking round was good. Their second, at least they've got a segment.
Well, with 13 seconds left on the game clock, have to convert this one. You make all the reads, though. No flanks rolling through. Now Slasher's got that side of the map covered, so it's all guns forward for the capture.
It was nearly a 3-man stack, if not for that Halo gunfire. Now the pressure. Teach is down. Got to stay alive. Vivid, the last man up. Coverage from Slasher. There's a window as he reloads, and Vivid stays alive. Beautiful shots. Vivid gets the 2-piece, and they get A.
And straight over to B. Slasher's on it, keeping the pressure going. You got Vivid maybe with the potential to help you out in a sense. He's playing a little bit of a late pinch. And you do have Nasty that's able to get through. Slasher's positioning, though, means he only has to win that gunfight. He doesn't. Abuza got his revenge.
Hey, good news, they take care of Nasty in the flank for a second. Neptune fills that role immediately. Good shots. Tej v Nep. Another 2-piece there from Neptune. He stays alive. Now to push that front line forward, baby. 12-9 in the life count.
Oh, I thought he was going to do the hook, go halfway at the zip line and just jump off and chow, but we're not here for the fancy footwork. We're here for the domination. This is going to be back-to-back double-digit kill rounds coming in from Neptune again. Slow starter in round number 1, and now he already has the most kills in the lobby.
And that's the final lives now left for the Ravens. Doink. Tej fights out. Tej goes down. Abuza steps up instantly. Looking for the tip of the head of Slasher. Can't find it. Gets it. Abuza. Abuza. 3 now on it. Abuza for the turn. What shots there into Gwyn. 1v7. Surge will take the lead. Unless Gwyn can do it all. He's not. He's not, folks. This is a great round from Surge. You still lost the A zone. The segment battle still continues, and for the Ravens right now, I mean, defense final round is on the cards. But Vancouver, can you close it out here?
I mean, decent odds with the way the control game has been panning out for Carolina. And Abuza ended up racking up the best play in this one. Just another look at him killing Slasher. That seems to be a thematic battle we have in this series, and where he evolves, Vivid just left out for fodder. But either way, I mean, just a slamming. Get the spawn trap going, you drain the lives so quickly. There was a moment of opportunity for Carolina, but having to capture 2 different zones on the same push is a very rare feat. So back, you know, a little bit against the wall. Obviously, they have a cushion in the series, but if our first series of the day was the tone setter, Carolina not excited to give away any momentum.
Yeah, we're not about that, mate. Hot mid wide open now. Neptune on the attack towards B. Gives his boys a couple of things to think about. Gives them some options. DJ tries to strip those options away. Vivid helps out. Lovely stuff. Over to A we go. Potential for a 2-man stack as Narcy's going to be up there in the windows.
We are everywhere. Yeah, take a look at that. Players down low. 3 different levels, 3 different sort of vertical fields of play being utilized in that moment. A hell of a free cam, but it works out. Nasty camping the zip line with the knife. Maybe should have camped a little bit harder because TJ is taking the exact same route. And it has only been a solo capture. That takes 45 seconds to get with just 1 player on it, which is so much time for the Carolina players to work with, and they've got nearly everybody wiped off the map. Nasty last man standing, but he's not in a great spot over towards helicopter. Got to get back out of spawn again.
Yeah, he's the sort of position he's going to be able to get damage on the players, but unlikely he gets a kill at this level. Speed of kills! Neptune! You love to see it. Second segment gone at A. Third on its way out. 2-man stack. That's what I'm talking about, boys and girls. A zone gone. Here we go. All to B.
And Ravens, all 4 players are going to be down low, over towards grass. And I mean, that's the first player isolated. Go back to your spawn, which, by the way, Nasty is inside of. So Carolina already with a number disadvantage, and Slasher might end up getting spawn killed. Nasty is playing for him, but Slasher's taking routes over towards P1, but it's just more free kills for Nasty. 2 in the feed, and now pressure over towards this B zone.
Yeah, why not? Start getting the capture going. You know where the players are going to be coming from spawn-wise. Not a lot of trophies in play here, though, so this is going to be an explosive and concussive experience for the Surge boys here on the zone. Doesn't matter, though. Abuza finds 2 top mid. Oh, dear. 50% of the way. Carolina Royal Ravens defensively. This was your Balamo, and you are not there, lads. Last 2 off of spawn. Vivid and Tej. Over the top you go, boys. The whistle was blown, and that is another tough control for Vancouver Surge.
Well, tough one for Carolina.
It was tough TUFF.
Surge.
It was a TUFF.
Oh, I forgot we're doing that now. Yeah. So tough. God, these guys are so tough. Look at them. Down 0-2. So tough. Look at them now. So tough.
Yeah. It was a TOUGH, though, for the Ravens.
Yes.
Sorry. It's so hard.
The one that I understand.
Yeah. No, you were right. 2-1. A Surge are alive and kicking going into the Hardpoint.
Attacking the Queen City like that, Vancouver. But they have a queen. They're Canadian, right? Is that, or a king now? Is that how that works?
They're part of the Commonwealth. It's complicated, but yeah, why not?
Yeah. 14 assists out of TJ. which honestly, kind of looking at it just means he probably wasn't finishing his kills. So great to get involved, but yeah, ultimately Vancouver Surge taking him to task. Neptune, again, very slow start, had 3 kills, I believe it was, 2 or 3 in round number 1, and then absolutely lights out after the fact. So on point on offense and defense. Frankly, I mean, 16 kills on the attacking rounds. Neptune really set himself apart, but one of the easier maps, maybe an expected one for Vancouver Surge to be able to win in this series, given the state of Carolina. I mean, just the fact that Slasher starts off 7-0, you get 2 captures on B and captured the A zone and had legit 2 minutes to work with, and they couldn't get that final tick on B, sort of tells me everything I need to know.
I think I love the call as well from Neptune. You're like, as soon as he starts getting more kills than 3 in a round, it's going to be very, very bad for the Ravens. And it was. However, that first attacking round was so impressive, man. I mean, the 3-man stack A, 3-man stack B, I mean, they made everything work out. And when the chips were down, they came so close. I just want a little bit more out of the Ravens there in the mode. Such a capable team, such a wonderful squad to watch when they are working well, but controlled still ain't it, folks.
Now, Well is on Hacienda. Control is down by the computers. Look, it's a whole thing.
Guys, is he not on fire, ladies and gentlemen? Chance. What a great game of controller from Vancouver Surge. Going into the Hardpoint, mate, I feel like we're getting a little bit of a potential turnaround. I didn't think Dealership was going to be on the menu, how the Hacienda went. But now that we're going to a Skyline, anything's possible. Truly, anything is possible, folks. Skyline on its way. Chance, how are we feeling about the momentum shift right now for the Vancouver Surge squad?
I believe in them. I think just for the fact that like all guns across the board are pretty hot. Obviously, we saw guys like Nasty using the AR to full effect, also pulling out the Jackal quite a bit on a few of the maps, and obviously Skyline, you need that flex capability. This is something like Minnesota are great on. Unlike the P1s, you'll see time to time, they'll have 4 ARs out for one hill and then 4 SMGs, it feels like, for the next. So it's, you know, Hardpoint is a ridiculous game mode. Like every single life that you're spawning in, you're having to make maybe 40 different decisions per map. You get a split second to make all of them, and it includes what one of 4 routes we're going to be taking, what gun do I need, what am I trying to fill in, what do I need to calm. Hardpoint is insane for the pros to have to deal with, and Skyline is like peak level insanity of trying to track all the information. So, you know, it's a true test of every single player and a team's capabilities, and also a map that you can just decide your fate depending on what direction you go. But 2 players that were lights out of map number 1. See if they can continue that prowess into map number 4. Slasher, honestly, been one of the standout Skyline players this year.
Absolutely, mate. A 1.5 and a 1.3. This is simply from map 1, but for Skyline, you would expect a squad of the Ravens caliber and makeup right now to absolutely keep things going. And I think Skyline for them should be a good one. It's starting to get a little bit stressful though. I think you lose a single map in a series and the possibility for that reverse sweep is all of a sudden a reality. Vancouver Surge, an extremely capable hardpoint team. What the Dex was saying previously as well about the flat line and coming out a little slower, a little, you know, a little bit of a lack of urgency maybe seems to be what we're saying at the moment when it comes to Surge. But the longer the series goes on, the little that becomes reality. I think now, this Skyline, we could be going the distance.
Maybe Vancouver Surge, they're just doing the Rock Lee. Like Hacienda is just like weighing them down, and now that they got them all, they're ready to go.
I don't think you've ever seen Naruto, and I love it. I absolutely I love this. Here we go, folks, in the Skyline. Ravens have had yeah, sure. Sure. He has one decent season, and then he puts the weights away and becomes like a C-tier character. What a shame. Heads up, and we're going to be watching a lot of time now go the way of a nobody. As the opening engagement, I mean, I've been calling it for so long now. The Ravens, their opening breaks are so solid here on Skyline. One of the better Skyline teams we saw earlier on in the season, and as for now, the Ravens, I know we're really getting near that zone. Good stuff, Surge. You are making them sweat for it. That said, 3 dead.
Oh, make it all 4. TJ 3-1, nice start. Get a boy in the hill time. You got the right side pushed out. You might fall, and well, the white side of the map is going to be open through kitchen, but it looks like on the cross, Slasher from in time is able to catch a few players. Another 3 down the feed there in favor of Carolina, and Vivid wins the gunfight on time. So similar to the Hacienda, a P1 for Carolina that starts off well, and they have the rotation. So this is just good fundies being played right now by the Ravens. They're on form. Now, no one fly off the white steps and die for no reason.
We'll come up with a good name for it. Still finding these sweet kills, and look at that. Oscillate from one side of the map directly over towards the other one. Abuza red, and this is simply perfect. It's as if they have walls, folks. That's really what it looks like. Gwyn looking for 3. Can't get it. Nice shots from 04. That's a small opening and a decent break. Can you soak the 30 now?
Yeah, it's a nice little snap moment from 04 as well. Starts off 1 and 6, goes big on a P2 to get the break. So credit where credit is due to make sure you keep things mixy. And hey, you get the final 20 right back in the game. And by the looks of it, they are absolutely going to get it. So as good of a start, as good as the rotation was for Carolina, 04 snaps. Now he's on a 5, and he might fall, but you get all the time. And we will be tied up going into new, where Neptune has already claimed the space on a 3 spree. Maybe he wants a trophy to help him out a little bit because the concussions are rolling. He's getting tattered and tagged up, but for him, doesn't matter. Still finds the kills.
Oh, lovely coverage. Surge finding kills over base. Neptune starting into that flow state. There we go, baby. Shots in a range there to Slasher. Next man up, Tej. Nep's on a spree. Looking to get the Hellstorm as well. This man is dancing. The trophies haven't shown up to the party yet, but it won't matter. Sliding out. Nep 1, Nep 2. Neptune.
Block the spawns? Anybody? Block the spawns? Run out grass? No, we're cool. All right, get more kills, Neptune. Let's go.
Here we go. He's got himself Hellstorm as well. Vivid. Toasted. This is flow state, folks. It may come to an end. His boys have found themselves 20 seconds going here in P3, and it's all yours. Vancouver Surge, it is an iron grip across time. They're not necessarily going to get the spawns for new, but at this point in time, you can call on the Hellstorm and flush those players out of the power positions at the back and hopefully get your boys into it. Great hard point there from Surge.
Dude, maybe the Rock Lee comparison, was there validity to this? Like, everybody's snapping. Even Nasty seems like he is playing with some serious pace. You went from 1 and 6 from 04. Now he's 10 and 11. So he's made the comeback, and they just slaughtered them on a P3. And based on the way the tide of the game has been going, they're about to slaughter them on a P4.
Yeah, we're not going all full 8 gates right now for Vancouver Surge. These are all references, bro. I got you, don't worry. Absolutely got you, bro. Don't worry about it. I need you to scream Konoha Senpu at some point in this matchup when Surge do something crazy. 100 points now crossed for the Surge lads. And they are in. Bathroom is all theirs. Soaking away in the tub.
Oh,
Nasty with a pistol. Right up close. Get me to dealership. Nep on the back line. It's all working out now.
I mean, there just ain't no way. This is, I mean, not remotely close. Vivid is 4 and 13. You are a set of rotations in, and quick math, they're being outslayed by maybe 15 kills. And I mean, not even close to the halfway point of the game. They're going to get outslayed by 40 if this stays.
That's disgusting, man. Absolutely disgusting stuff. You know what? Let's just give the folks what they want. It's now listening with Vancouver Surge.
I'm gonna get on the ground. Let's fight some time. I can't. Mine, have your cross. One shot Tej. I need Tom. I need to cross on time, guys. Cross. Nice, we can push, guys. Back round. One shot back round. I'm leaving these 5, bro. Let's go. Back round. Underwhite, Reese. Yeah, do it for now. One white platform. Big fucking break here. Come on. Yeah, go left fast. He's already out. Nice, I'll hold it, guys. You okay? You guys stay on top and time. Let's get time. That thing white. Piano dead. I'm on the white. Yo, piano, left corner piano. Okay, Vita. Nice, I'm gonna piano. Piano, dead one. Nice. Go kitchen. Top. I left him. Wait, one's P1, guys. Have you piano? P1, one might hit front or late. He's not playing piano. TV, weak, one, there's 2 TV. On right. Nice, one TV on you, Vivi. One shot. They're both behind the bottom rogues. On time. I team twice on time, guys. They're both behind the B1. Jump on the right. Nice. One more back right. I cannot cheat. Nice. Nice. Sit down, Mark. I'll nice, Mark.
22-7 for Nasty on a 7th previous zone. That is 2 Hellstorms. Repeat, 2 Hellstorms right now for Vancouver Surge.
My God, dude, that's flow state. Nasty, by the way, on the P2, he called game. Like, he was the only one sort of behind enemy lines. Like, they needed the P2 break or else Carolina could get back in the mix. And Nasty completely breaks it down with perfect plays, perfect patience. And the dude is shooting 24-9, nearly 2 minutes in the hill. And Neptune setting pace, too. Like, this has been a ridiculous blender of a Skyline. Oh. Now you're just looking to close out. Carolina, a team that certainly can fight, very professional. Don't let anything get away from you. And Abuza, well, at least takes one to the grave before he falls. But Nasty overwhelmed. And they actually don't have the spawns. So Carolina, a small opportunity here on P4.
Oh, yeah, they got to actually make something of it, though. Tej, topside covered. Nep, next up to bat. Tej down. An opening now. Abuza finds one downstairs. The backside is still open. Anyone's game at this point in time. And that's it. Surge are in. Surge break. Surge spawns.
This is just, I mean, good night. We'll see you on the dealership. We knew that with Minnesota in the mix, setting the tone for the game 5s. That's exactly what we're going to be getting to here in this series as well, because Nasty owns the kill feed, and he has owned the Ravens on this map. 29-11. Minute 45 to go. There was strokes to be made, but all good, yeah.
He's doing it all, mate. Really doing it all. Not over yet. I mean, good God, this is an ugly one. This is the hard point of Surge we were missing. Back over to P1. Here come the streaks. And Surge, an opportunity now to break this game right here and now. Nasty going a little fancy with it. Trying to catch the player up by P1, and sadly, he does get a teammate as well. So you get over the 100-point mark, you get out of the 100-point club, Ravens. Is it going to matter too much, though? Slash at a time, traded immediately. Vivid holds you back, trades again, and nobody home, and still an open hard point.
Yeah, I mean, look, this is a slaughter. Surge will close out at some point, maybe on this hill. Miles, you touched on this maybe a week or two ago of like the Hellstorm meta, and now when players are calling in, they're instantly going for the curves. We were watching Vivid try to shoot it out of the sky, but Nasty is dancing with it as he danced around them on Skyline. A perfectly played map, adjusting to the meta. And Vancouver Surge just played at a pace on Skyline that, at least for me, felt like maybe the fastest we have seen all year.
Well, we're worried about that reverse sweep being a possibility when the control closed out. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it is a very real thought. Vancouver Surge, 2 disgusting maps back to back. We go to dealership. We're going to toss a coin and figure out who's got the best strats on this map in its early state, in its infant form here in the COD League. Ravens, they have been shot down in a hail of buckshot. Good luck, boys. At the very least, we just get to sort of throw caution to the wind and get right involved, but that is a brutal Skyline.
I mean, that is one of the shorter game flows you're ever going to see. Moral victory, you didn't get 100-point clubs, but there's not too much to take away from that in the good category there for the Ravens. Reverse sweep, as you said, on the cards. And for a dealership, we're talking about the best strats. Vancouver may have been the trendsetters on it. One of the first, if not the first teams we watch have success on it. Certainly, they are going to be wheeling and dealing. We'll make more car references for sure.
Plenty more car references, folks. In the meantime, we're going to get a tune up and service and check the pressure as we get ready to dive into this Game 5. Don't go too far. A very, very quick break on the other side of it. Game 5, Ravens taking on Surge for the series.
The Arcade Wiz Tracer Pack is available now. Hit the map in retro glory with the Star Player Operator, pixel-inspired emblems, and more.
The Esports World Cup is an official partner of the Call of Duty League.
Upgrade your game with the SCUF, the official controller of the Call of Duty League.
different spot. Try for a different spot.
Oh, no! Laugh it up, Chuckleberry Finn! I bet you're having a great time!
Oh my god. Oh my god! The paternity test is in. I am the father.
No way. They're doing the CDL song. No way. Are we about to get started? Yeah. Are we about to get started?
The 2025 Carolina Royal Ravens team pack is available now. Each pack includes home and away operators, as well as this calling card for the barbecue after the smoke show. Next time you boot up, suit up at the in-game shop. Well, folks, Surge are a runaway train right now, and they've gone right off the tracks, right into dealership game 5. Nobody thought this was coming except for the casters and basically everyone watching after that control went so badly for the Ravens. Charles, how are we feeling about dealership? How are we feeling about our teams?
I don't know how I feel about dealership yet. I'm very happy that it's in the rotation. I like the maps that we sort of got away from. I think is a beautiful thing. So looking forward to playing it again. I think we've seen a few different strats. It's not as much of a bang out as I was necessarily expecting it to be, but certainly there are still some rounds that are a bang out. But ultimately, the map 5s, Carolina, they live for it. They've been here, S&D, bread and butter, veterans of the scene. They don't get nervous under pressure. And Vancouver Surge, not too shabby, but a 2-loss spree in the record, not quite there. So Vancouver Surge, this is a moment. You want to be the best, you got to beat the best. And in game 5s, that's been Carolina.
Absolutely. Well, first rank overall. Not that you want to be the first rank in game 5s. You'd much rather be getting this done in 3 or 4, but whatever, mate. A moment of composure right now for the Ravens to recount themselves. For the Vancouver Surge boys, crack a couple of jokes. See if you can't find that flow that got you here so well. 104, one of the great search and destroy players we have right now in the league, absolutely spitting across the board to the boys, getting that game plan in position.
He's been a great hybrid, I think would be fair to say. We're like S&D guy in the off seasons, like always putting in that grind, but now he's got the dual threat. Respawns, he's been on point. He's developed and grown as a player, and I mean, Carolina just need to restart their engines, right? On point the first 2 maps. The control always going to be sort of a thorn in their side. Got to flip that switch and get the ignition going.
Yeah,
that is a massive water bottle. Wow.
I've seen it.
I've been waiting. Yeah.
Even first time it was pretty impressive. He's glugging that thing, man. Teach is going to hit the can after this and let rip. Over to dealership we go, folks. 10-4 in map 2. Tej was decisive in the victory way back when on Hacienda. But dealership is a different beast. This is a small map, fast lanes. And see who can shift it into 3rd first. Because that's like the sort of sweet spot where you can get cruise in, you don't have too much RPM. This is if you drive stick, shift. This is a joke for you. Let's go.
And again, sometimes you have rounds that are bang outs, and this is a spread map play for picks. We do not have trophies, so there are a lot of dangerous places on this map. We have to be very careful before we make a decision.
You also do not need to stun that door open these days, Nasty. You can shoot it and save your stun for the inside of that room.
Don't try Nasty. Did you see what he did on map 4?
Disgusting. Arguably the greatest red-headed COD player in the league right now, but...
yeah.
I'm going to call it when I see it. Neptune is checking it, getting it. No way. Teach wins that fight 3v3 with a bomb planted at A.
And over, this is full commitment on this spot as well. And because the car's exploded, I don't think he'll actually be spotted. You have to fully overextend to kill him. So I like this setup.
Speaking of overextending,
I like it less when you chow.
Yeah, chow's out. Good job on Nasty, though. Picks up that immediately. 2v2. Just about 20 to rock and roll here. But the bomb site's been vacated. Abuza, you get damage in. Nasty, what angle of attack do you have to get into this? Yeah, baby, it's a 1v1. Dips out. The guessing game begins. And Slasher guesses right, but he doesn't have the time. Yes, he does. By 0.5 of a second. The defuse is there. Thank you.
I know what you're thinking, Miles. Slasher's 30, but he's rotated his tires. He can hit that go button when he needs to. Straight to it. Knows exactly how much time he had on it. Nice little buzzer beater there for the round one.
Not to 60. In 3 seconds it took him to get over there. And a wicked first round here on Dealership.
Listen, this is the ultimate spread the map and play for picks team, so I have no doubt on what they're going to do round number one. Passive setup, wait for some intel to go your way, wait for a few of these cars to explode and alleviate the pressure. And Gwen, this is the closest you could get to a red card without it actually being a red card, and he does not get the first blood. Neptune gives him the hands.
He definitely heard that door burst as well, and he didn't like he called anything out. Possibly his teammates heard it, but a minute to play. Ravens down a man. Good trophy, saves a boozer, saves those cars as well. And TJ in a position to hopefully get a kill here. His barrel is not poking out, so he's completely covered in this position. I think he's able to just throw a shoulder backwards and get the bomb planted as well, but we're not getting it down. We are not planting that thing. We're going for the kills, and I don't hate it. I do hate it now the Slash is dead.
Oh, he's in between everything.
Hi! What do you mean he's in there? Yeah, sure. Sick round. Staying on board with TJ, indecisive certainly cost them there, but Vancouver Surge, given a relatively free one, a lack of information certainly there from the Ravens hurt them.
Yeah, a very small window where if TJ can just somehow like instinctually tell that he might be able to shoot a few players in the back and just hit that timing, maybe there's an opportunity. But ultimately Vancouver get the first blood, group up together, isolate a couple gunfights, and you're good to go. And TJ again just found himself in between all four players. Guaranteed trades in that capacity. In a first blood battle that, again, sometimes individuals wish they could get them back. And the same old default setup. Nasty gonna stun open the door. Get 04 prowl over toward the A site. Neptune's responsibility over toward the B site, but Slasher shreds them. And 04 revenge from the grave. That Quinn wins the gunfight against Nasty. Bunch of isolated gunfights and explosions, but a 2v3 Surge are left in, and the B site is wide open. Ravens are happy to give up the bomb plant and just play for the retakes. They'll let Gwyn pinch, and TJ and Vivid probably going to group up together. See if a guy like Neptune or Abuza can make the big play and find the big two.
The B-bomb site can be a little more trade heavy, so this is not an ideal place to be for Vancouver Surge. Neptune is hoping for one to fly past him. Fingers crossed.
Perfect.
Oh, was it? It was so perfect. Vivid, though, checks the second man. Great shots from Abuza. Can't get away with his life, and that is that. Ravens. Not so much luck as it was due diligence done by Vivid. Great job on the retake.
Yeah, listen, perfect play. In my mind, at least from Neptune for the trigger discipline. Unfortunate for him, the third eye Raven. He saw that one 2,000 years ago.
Perfect stuff.
This is more like sci-fi fantasy references than I'm accustomed to making. And I really don't know if I'm getting them right, so I trust you.
I don't care. You're out your comfort zone, and everyone deserves to be outside of their comfort zone. That's where the best-ish happens, folks. That's why dealerships are fun, man. Go on it, folks. Let's go. Round 4. Or 3. I don't know. Can't remember. I'm excited.
I'm going to get a B hit at some point. An aggressive one. Is this it? Ravens, are you doing the thing? Thank you, TJ. I appreciate you. You know, you'll get 3 kills this round.
It has been written. 3 players in the middle of the map. TJ with quads of steel, able to leap like this. consecutively. Vivid with the stun. Siege is still hopping. Kangaroo Haley now makes his way forward. Neptune's going to slow peek this. Spotted out. Party time. Surge move forward to position themselves. And this could well be the fight. It could spell doom. There's a lot of nades are still in play here, but no trades yet, no kills yet. Bit of a standoff.
Carolina, I was going to say, they're here for the square up. This feels like a terrible spot. I would want to get out of that. The second 2 SMG players are cornered up in that regard. You're just waiting to get overwhelmed, and, well, it delivers. First blood rolls through. It'll be a 4v3 for the retake. Guindo on the island play. He has an opportunity to make the big play, but the pinches often get red. Slasher, though, getting the intel.
Oh, massive intel. Unfortunate, Abu's still in position behind him. Gwyn, I can only get 1 out of that life now. All comes down to Tej. You started this round off with a plant, and now you find yourself in a real tough position. Too many angles to worry about. Too many places to check, and Surge overwhelm them. Squared up 2-2.
You know, if I've learned anything about the RC cars from watching the pros play this year, maybe just don't call them in. Like, they get so many more team kills than actual kills. And if I've learned anything about watching the pros on dealership, trigger discipline might not be the path to victory. 2 different situations where, you know, at purely hindsight, and I could just be completely wrong, but shooting the gun maybe being a bit of a better opportunity. So the idea is there, execution not quite.
Still some time in the lineup here when it comes to dealership. Still new-ish in the CDL map pool. Heavy stack towards A this time round. There's not going to be that many members of Ravens here on defense. Clear the cars out as best you can. Trophies are in play. Deej up close. Cleaned up. A red dot on the minimap for a fraction of a second, and Abuzu was there for it.
TJ has beef with buttons, just as Gwyn has beef with vents. But another first blood for Vancouver. I think the 4th that they have gotten on this map so far.
Everyone needs a nemesis. Slasher once again, the bastion of the A's bomb site. Waiting for the reinforcements, waiting for the pitch. Here comes Gwyn, but he has been read. Immaculate timing there from Neptune. Shots in for the front. Now we go forward. Now Surge attack. Now Surge drown the Ravens. And Vivid on the retreat. He is entirely surrounded here. Once Surge said go, no looking back.
And it's like the perfect setup as well. It's very tight, but as long as you don't have to worry about any nades rolling through, perfectly fine. And just incredibly patient. When you get the first blood, TJ clearly just looking for an exit route with the opening of the garage door, but he gets picked. And then Vancouver Surge, no, someone's going to have to try to make a big play. The flank will roll through at some point, and Nasty just shuts it down. And continues to be a motor mouth in the comms as well. So Vancouver, very much active in that category. They are feeling it. They are in the game right now.
6-3, 5-3 for Neptune and Boozer. 4 spree right now for 04. Makes it a 5. Strictly business in the office now comes to a close. 2 members left for the Ravens, and they are on life support. This is going to be back-to-back rounds where Surge have just taken full control. Neptune will not leave that room while the bomb is still in it. Oh, there we go. Slasher, last man.
They're getting played. Oh, they're just getting played. How many rounds do Ravens do the spread the map, play for picks? They lean towards the A site the first go around, lean towards the B site second go around, getting shut down both times. And they say, screw it, we'll play with some pace. We're trying to square up in the middle of the map. And they just bumped into Neptune, 8-3. And that is a feels bad moment when you try to make the aggressive call and get slammed. I mean, that sits on the back of your mind, and you're left trying to figure out what to do. Ravens being stunned so far in this reverse sweep.
I mean, they've got a team like this, should be able to pull it out, should be able to find something here, but you've lost a couple of rough ones, and 5-1 in the opening duels. So Surge, strike early, strike hot, and don't let go. Trophies at play. Shoulders for days from 04, waiting for the perfect opportunity, and the Rahala gunfire, and somehow fire superiority. Surge have won this bomb site for a moment. And we're gearing up for the hit now.
With the rotation, I mean, number 4 Neptune, he's been playing very distant, waiting on a pinch, but if there's space to be taken, the bomb's starting to work its way out. So Nasty and Abuza might make a bit more noise, but the call's over towards B. The Ravens have left that site empty. Gwyn trying to make a play, and Gwyn gets caught. Another first blood for Vancouver.
6 now. On plan B. You might know it's on, but here come the Ravens. Fast counterattack. Can they get things going? I'm not sure how much is left to throw at that trophy system. So now it's all jackals and aims. Here we go. Neptune's flank might have decided the map. Oh no! Slasher down. Tej 1v4 for match point. That's what I'm talking about.
I thought you lagged out again. I was so scared, but no, this is Rams to slaughter. Vancouver already have a few reps on this map, let alone the time they've been putting into scrims, and every single play call has been perfect. I mean, this is 6-1 in the first blood fight, and Neptune, I mean, he just has their number. 6 spree, 10 kills that he was able to get already at double digits, and he is not done, and he is not slowed down a touch in the comms. When you're coming like that, again, you're feeling the game.
Kind of 10-4 RC. There's a couple of naughty routes you can take on this map. There's a few little vents that are open outside of the ones that people fit through that only the RC car does. Over by where Vivid is now. So 04 playing it slow. Real good angle. He's basically got that side of the map safe, so now the boys have to worry about A. That's the reposition right now. Tej with his shoulders. Gwyn waiting for the pounce. I'm not sure if it's going to amount to too much. You've got to get something going here. Ravens have opted for it as a nade for their troubles. Damaging to Gwyn as well. Neptune on the first blood. The kitchen is now clear. The victory is absolutely within reach. Vivid can't stay alive. Neptune for the map. TJ only forces the inevitable a few moments further as Vancouver surge. The reverse sweep complete. 10 points go their way as the Ravens, stunned, mildly furious.
The way Neptune was calming, it was almost like he wanted to play more rounds, like he didn't even know that they were done. That was your #1 Game 5 team in the game getting bullied, picked apart, and slaughtered. Neptune, I mean, he had a bit of a slow start to the series, but a monstrous turnaround. I mean, he's kicked things up. The second round of control from that point on, untouchable in this series, and a massive win there for Vancouver. You get the Game 5 grit. You just got nearly every single first blood on the map as well. And taking Carolina to task and search and destroy is a beautiful sight. Vancouver Surge, they have locked up winners bracket come major time, and I mean, they are still looking like one of the strongest contenders we have in the league. They have not missed a single beat.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Aside from the Hacienda, the rest of this series was dominant. 3-1.